Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are currently invading the Natsa Throng, and we are doing quite well at it, in fact. So we're going to continue pushing through this territory. There shouldn't be any problems whatsoever. Scum and villainy on Gegamoja, you don't say. We just took that over. Well, let's go ahead and put some hunter-killer drones in. Excellent. And now we are going to be jumping this fleet into the D471 Singularity, which is going to be probably the toughest battle that we're going to have in this particular war. And also the battle is pretty much over. Yeah, we pretty thoroughly outclassed these guys. So we now control an L gate as soon as the game catches up a bit. And there's a gateway here, which is a huge deal. We'll go ahead and reinforce that fleet. And then, this is the Kemplar Directors here. We're not at war with the Kemplar Directors. So let's take this fleet around over here. And we're just going to leave this pretty much as is. We are going to need to downgrade this particular starport. And we'll take the Kelvin Maelstrom, which has another L-gate in it. Now, we can't use the L-gate yet, but we'll be able to soon enough. I just have actively chosen to not do that. And we can have... Wait, what? Oh, it was just a single Corvette. Why are we sending single Corvettes through this maw? Oh, I see. They've gone around us. Fair enough. I mean, this doesn't link up over here. Yeah, that's definitely a bit awkward. And this fleet managed to take over... Okay. That's very weird. Whatever. You know what? Let's just move on. This is all very awkward indeed. Let's go ahead and bring this fleet back to Zilbak's Maw. We need to chase down this fleet and stop them. These armies are going to get caught unless we back them off. So we're going to need to do that. Okay, we took over the Kelvin Maelstrom. We'll go down to Umik next. And we should also be able to liberate Ramston, or Romston. So that should not be a problem. Okay. Scum and villainy on Vetiricius Primus. Okay. Let's take a quick look at that here. Actually, we can just do go to. They've strayed from the hive mind, so let's go ahead and give them hunter-killer drones. Excellent. Okay, and we should be able to continue pushing this back over here. This is going to connect up here, so we may want to redirect this fleet into this area. I don't know. I'll think about that. That may or may not be necessary. Okay, so what is the plan for this particular fleet here? I feel like doing a push kind of like this would be fine. This would cut this entire area off from reinforcements. And then this fleet would be able to sweep in and clear up the back line. And we can send this fleet to reinforce this side if necessary. Yeah, I think that's going to be our best bet. We have taken over so much territory here, it is insane. Okay, we actually need armies over here. They have a garrison strength of 316. We can go into Gregmora, though, and that's what we're going to do. That starbase is currently disabled. Let's go ahead and bring Show us your ways. No, move along. Let's go ahead and bring our army over. Oh, that's awkward. That's real awkward. Let's not bring our army over here just yet. Okay, so we're taking this back. This should not be a problem. Where's the ISS Illithir at? It's over here. Okay. We actually have a lot of potential tech to grab over there. Okay. So now let's backtrack over this way, and we need to take out this fleet, so come on over here. We can actually go ahead and reinforce that fleet. Excellent. There's Grugmora taken. We can downgrade this. We don't need to be paying for that extra starbase. We can go in over here. And we are going to need troops over here eventually, but I want this push to be done first. I mean, we should have no real problems anywhere here. I think we're completely fine in this war. I mean, we've taken half of their territory at this point. I can't imagine the rest of the galaxy is super happy, though. They're just like, I mean, sure, they fought the Rixie with us. Well, not exactly with us, but they took all the territory for themselves, and now they're just annexing, like, a quarter of the galaxy. You know, it is what it is. I'm sure they'll be fine. Okay, so we should have this station momentarily. I'd like to downgrade these guys, but alas, that is not an option. So let's go ahead and head up over here. And very soon now, we should be able to start our fleet coming over. Or rather, our army coming over. They just have multiple fleets coming in from different angles of attack over here. And it's taking this fleet all of the time to... or all of its existing time just to defend this area right now. So, I mean, it's not like we're having difficulty with any of these battles. It's just they have so many fleets. Just a different doctrine, and it's completely fine. Could you please kill this starbase? I would like that a lot. Okay. Gateway is done in the Chiban system, so that's fantastic. We'll need to head over and defend the Maw. So that's fine. And we should... I mean, we are basically done with this push over here. That was a bit of a freeze there. Actually, we haven't checked in on the war in heaven in a while, have we? It looks like the Rixie and the Kemplar are both doing quasi-okay. The war against the Galactic Entente is even with the Rixie now. And the war in heaven is pretty much even as well. For the Kemplar Directors, the war against the Vivesandium Consortium is even. The war against the Galactic Entente, the Entente is winning. And of course, the war in heaven itself is relatively even right now. Well, we may redeclare on the Rixie once we get the Throng under control here. But for right now, I'm perfectly happy just letting the Rixie do their thing. I'm definitely not... Okay, let me put it this way. This is World War II. We're the Soviet Union. That's exactly how I'm playing this. Like, we're playing both sides kind of off of each other. We've kind of been on both sides of the war, but we're mostly just on our own side, and we're taking advantage of the war to grab a bunch of territory. So basically, we're the Soviet Union. Except we're not actually genociding the populations we're taking over. Well, I mean, the Soviet Union didn't exactly genocide, but they were, you know, pretty brutal. I mean, we're kind of displacing them, so maybe we are too. We're basically the I mean, we're even a hive mind. Like, we're basically the Soviet Union here. This is exactly what's happening. It's slightly ridiculous. I just realized that, by the way. I just realized that I'm playing this exactly like the Soviet Union. Ooh, that's an actual fleet. I mean, we win this. But that's a real actual fleet. Hello. I didn't realize they had one of those. This is going to actually cost us some money to, or rather some alloys to rebuild our losses here. Because we are actually taking some losses. Not nearly as much as they are.
Accretion complete.
Like, they got wrecked there. Okay. Excellent. So we're just going to push to this territory, which will completely cut off this area from any form of reinforcements. And then we will go ahead and push our navy here up through like that. Would be the goal. Now, this fleet here, they currently don't have anybody threatening us. So we could come down like this, take Hishmal, and have access to a gateway. That would be a huge deal. Okay, we'll go ahead and do that. Now, we do have a lot of star bases. We need to get rid of some of them. And which ones do we want to get rid of? Well, Terrazed isn't too important anymore, actually. We can get rid of that one. That'll be fine. Any of these others? I mean, ultimately, we're gonna need to figure out how exactly we want to defend all of this. That's gonna be interesting. No doubt about that. Okay, so, I mean, the Throng would almost certainly... Would they accept a status quo? They would accept a status quo. I'm not going to offer them a status quo piece, though. I want to take basically their whole territory. That's the goal here.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Okay, so that's a reasonable strength fleet. So it looks like they've actually started consolidating some of their fleets together. They're actually starting to take us as a bit of a threat, maybe? Now that we've taken over half of their territory? Makes sense. We're currently full on minerals, so I'm going to go ahead and dump some minerals here. Now, we can only store 76,000 energy credits. But that's okay. We can do something like that, and then purchase in a few alloys with that. Excellent. And then we're fighting their 22k fleet here that we don't really care about. Fantastic. We actually didn't even take any losses. That's hilarious. We're just going to keep pushing up through here with this particular fleet over here. And then I think after this, we do send this fleet over here. That should be fine. And actually, once we have access to this gateway, we can utilize that. And that will free us up tremendously. Yeah, that definitely will. So we'll take these territories over here. I just want you, as soon as you're done fighting this station. They built a lot of defense platforms around that non-upgraded station. Interesting. Like a whole lot of defense platforms. The ISS Illafir does need to be moved, though. We need to move it over into this area over here. I'm going to go ahead and research this project first, then this one, and then we'll just go research all of these, assuming we have time. So head on over there. Excellent. Do they actually win this? They actually do win this. That's awkward. Or no, they lost. I think they might have retreated. Whatever. Okay, once you are done pushing through here, then what I want is for you to pop out of this Stargate. That will save so much time. You can push to Sadar. Excellent. We're still a little bogged down over here, but we're making good progress elsewhere. Once we get through some of these territories, we should be fine. And we're almost ready to send our armies over here. So let's just take over this territory here, easy peasy, and we'll head up over here. Should be there in just a few days, and then we'll be able to send our army as soon as they're in hyperspace. Or well, yeah, it is actually hyperspace lanes that we use. Okay, come on over. I want you to land right here. Excellent. Okay, and then we're going to jump over here where we're bogged down. Now, we aren't FTL inhibited here, actually. Which means that we're going to be a lot less bogged down in just a moment. We can go through this fallen empire. It looks like they're open borders. So that's going to make things a lot easier. Otherwise, we'd have some real difficulty attacking this area over here. We'd have to push all the way through. Of course, maybe that's fine, but I think we want to do this anyway. So if we're going to have a fleet coming in over here in just a little bit, yeah, like very, very soon, we should go attack over here. There's a lot of territory over here that we can take. We do definitely need to free up our armies, but luckily they are in progress over here now.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Okay, not too concerned about that particular fleet. Where's our construction ship? It's currently over here. Why is it over here? I thought for sure I told it to come over here and build a research station a while ago.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Okay, where's this other fleet at? Yeah, that's not frightening. Okay, now we're at 36 out of 34 star bases. We should probably get rid of 2 of them. We don't need Polygar anymore. That's a low-hanging fruit that we can get rid of. Excellent. There's also Hell's Maw down here that we can grab another dark matter from. We've got low stability on this station here. Let's go ahead and deploy hunter-killer drones there, and that should help. Excellent. And we are currently here, so I just want to clean up this space back over here with this fleet. There we go. And I don't really want to leave Karazit right now.
Hostile fleet rumbled.
Because I don't want to risk losing this territory, because there's 2 that go into Karazit, so I want to hold here for the time being. And we'll just push in over this direction and close the noose over here, and then we'll be able to push in. Is kind of the overall overarching plan. I don't think... Oh, Scum and Villainy on Glaglebor. That's no good. Hostile fauna here, too. Interesting. We'll deploy hunter-killer drones. Excellent. I don't think we need the Sadar station, but we actually can't get rid of it. This station is not going to be useful. This station is. Okay, so we're good on that front. Now the question is, can we get to Horsham? I think we can. We're going to have to bypass some of these planets, at least for now. Our armies are still on the way over to deal with this area. And we've definitely made a lot of progress in this particular war. But this is completely fine. Go ahead and hit that sweet, sweet reinforced fleet button. Do it here as well. And we don't need to here. Wow, look at all of these little fleets that they've got in this area now. Okay, whatever. So I want to come down over this way and take Horsham. That's the idea. And then we'll just finish up this outpost up over here. And take Yidria.
Construction complete.
Okay, we are currently losing an exotic gas. So let's see if we've got a refinery that has an open slot. Kinda looks like we do. So that was an exotic gas. This is a chemical plant here that's currently damaged. Let's go ahead and do an exotic gas refinery right here, though. Excellent. Okay. So we now need to push into Trappist and then take Horsham. Once we have that, then this fleet will be the one that is responsible for cleaning up this backline. In fact, we will go ahead and queue that up right now. So you can do something like that. It's a little awkward, but it'll have to do. And then you can come back up over here and just push in like so. And clean up all that territory.
Angry meteorites touching down.
Excellent, and our armies have landed over here. That's fantastic news.
Accretion complete.
We should have no problem holding this off. Or rather, beating this defensive action.
Construction complete.
Should be completely fine. And where's this hostile fleet present at? Horsham? Okay. That's fine. That's exactly where we want them to be. So yeah, at this point we should be able to clean up this whole area.
Enemy planet secured.
Excellent. Now we'll come over here. And we will go ahead and land armies here. Let's make sure that they're not too strong. They are not. Excellent. We discovered a new archaeological site. We'll have to deal with some of those, I'm sure. There's a bunch of people currently surveying this. Okay, well. It looks like they are pretty thoroughly bottled up right now at these two choke points, here and here.
Analyzed.
Excellent. I mean, they can come through this territory, but that's why we have these star bases here still. Scum and villainy on Dablocks, that's no good. Well, guys, you know what that means. You're gonna have hunter-killer drones. I mean, they're not hive mind pops, right? So we expect them to have strayed from the hive mind. That's not a big surprise. These guys are at 100% war exhaustion. We are at 16% war exhaustion. That's how one-sided this war has been. That is slightly insane. Now, we didn't free Ramsden, but that's fine. I'm sure that the Republican Dimazanian regions will be capable of doing that for themselves. Actually, I'm not sure of that in the slightest. They may or may not. But oh well. Our invasion of this area has now launched. So that's great, and we have taken over this region. So we now need to bring our armies over here to Fautera. Luckily, we can do it much more quickly now that we have access to this Stargate, but that's still a ways away. So we're still going to need to do this.
Accretion complete.
Now, we're going to need to take over Mugdul here, and we're also going to need to take over in Sadar. And there's a few others that we've bypassed in Kauboros and Trappist. Okay. Do we need to reinforce any of our fleets? not this one. We could use reinforcing this one. And this one's fine. Excellent. Okay, well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and either next episode or the one after, we will be finishing up dealing with the Natsa Throng. See you all then.